All right, the war of words hits a whole new level as President Trump unleashes on the media in one of his fiercest attacks yet. The president slamming much of the press on Twitter today as, quote, totally dishonest, he says don't care for the truth, writing fake books and using anonymous sources that are pure fiction. This comes after Trump blasted CNN and veteran journalist Carl Bernstein over the network's Trump Tower report. The president saying the network has been caught in a major lie. CNN and Bernstein firing back at the president saying they stand by their reporting. Greg, lots of tweets overnight.
Lots of tweets. I'm glad he was tweeting about this and not about the funeral. But Trump is like a heckler behind the dugout. He can sense the central weakness of the pitcher. And in this case, the pitcher is CNN. And he won't stop until the guy throws the mitt down and runs to the stands to fight. And he's getting that. And what he's doing is he's giving CNN the CNN treatment, because they made that meeting story into a relentless bombshell. Every newscaster was having a conniption about it. And now that story seems to be falling apart, and Trump is giving CNN the relentless falling apart story, and he won't let go. So now I think it's even Steven. And last point, whenever I get like a little bit upset or annoyed about the tweeting, I remember that the media spent decades punching at conservatives. For decades, probably since the Vietnam War. Now somebody is punching back and they're crying foul. So it's hard for me to sympathize for the media when they're complaining, since they and the left have been essentially interchangeable since Vietnam. We're going to need a lot of Trump tweets to kind of even the score, I think.
Wow, you know what
there
I
might be a lot where that came from, Juan.
You know, first of all,
you didn't like that one?
No, I didn't. I mean, even if I was on the right, I would say, oh, so Rush Limbaugh to William F. Buckley didn't exist. There's no conservative thought expressed in
Nothing
America.
like this.
Oh, not like
coming at you. Like, I mean, obviously Twitter's a new vehicle, so that's different.
Okay. Yeah, but I think, to me, what was incredible was in the middle of a funeral for a statesman, John McCain, what's our president doing? He's not saying, oh, my thoughts, my prayers with family. No. He's attacking CNN. He's so obsessed with them that right in the middle of a funeral.
They're obsessed with him, too.
Yeah. I don't like this, because it's not only the story, Lawrence, because the story is
lie.
Well, he tells a lot of. I mean, I'm just saying
that this has been the media narrative that they are there to hold the president accountable.
They should be.
And part of the reason why they are losing credibility with the American people, why their approval rate is lower than Congress, is because they don't tell the truth sometimes. And it's a simple fix. Just tell the American people, hey, we messed up on this. We issue a retraction.
But they didn't say that.
But they're not doing that, Emily, because CNN says they're standing by their story.
Exactly.
And I imagine that this, having gone to journalism school, that's because they say they have another source. And it might not be true, but I don't imagine that they are totally lying about this.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest issue with this is the fact that, of course, the president can take issue with any organization that he thinks is skewing coverage of him, that has called his a malignant administration, whatever. But I think at a certain point, it's beneath the office of the presidency. And to me, like everything, it's distracting. And when this becomes the story, then it's totally detracting from what really is the story to me, which is the fact that this large-scale investigation is being undertaken right now with our tax dollars. And it's either pursuing nefarious conduct or it's furthering nefarious conduct. And we have a ton of unanswered questions about intelligence gathering protocol and breaks in chain of command and the interplay between the DOJ and FBI and Congress and this administration, and whether uncorroborated, unverified information is being relied upon by law enforcement and potentially the courts, and then being leaked tactically by officials in the government that are rogue. So to me, these are all the larger questions. And when the story becomes the social media warfare or media warfare, it just does everyone a disservice.
Well, I think that's all a great conspiracy theory, because I think if you're going to say that so many judges, the FBI run by a Republican, the Department of Justice run by a Republican. But here's the thing to me. He's going on about alternative facts, fake news. Oh, gee, I wonder what the FBI had to say this week when he picked up on some conservatives' report. Oh, Hillary Clinton's emails were hacked by the Chinese. The FBI comes out, I mean, I guess at some political risk to themselves, given this president's antics, and says, no, there's no evidence that Hillary Clinton's emails were ever hacked. And then he goes after...
By the Chinese.
By the Chinese.
But he didn't go to journalism school.
Well, let me just finish. Then he goes after Lester Holt on the old interview.
I know, God forbid, Lester Holt.
Well, and what he says is, oh, Lester Holt fudged that. This is the first time we've ever heard that there's any So exactly who has a trouble telling the truth? I think it's not NBC, not CNN. I think it's one guy named Donald
Juan,
Trump.
I think most of America understands that Trump plays fast and loose with the facts. But he's generally directionally right.
What politician doesn't?
Exactly.
They all exaggerate every single thing. The question is, though, is it the media's job to be doing this? I mean, CNN literally calls him a racist every single night. And so what is the president? And they do this to every Republican. They did this to George Bush as well. The difference with Donald Trump is that he responds, and his base loves it. There are some times that I would agree that the president gets off base with his tweets. I think we can all agree with that. But in large, when it comes to the media, it's a winning issue for the president. That's why he continues to fight them.
I don't know that it's a winning issue. We'll see. But, I mean, to me, it's like he just is a snowflake president. He's got a grievance, and he can't get beyond.
Oh, I hope he's watching right now. I feel a tweet coming at you,
Juan.
Juan.
You know what?
I feel a tweet.
Greg, I want to give him a safe space. A safe space.
How about this?
Send him to college.
How about, okay, the 1970s, I have this prediction. The 1970s will be known for disco. The 80s was known for, like, Betamax.
Reagan.
Yeah, Reagan. Well, or big hair. The 90s was grunge. I think the teens, which is what this is, will be known for Trump's tweets. This is the thing that everybody looks back at as the thing that kind of...
It's a decade of Twitter.
Yeah, and everybody will be laughing about it because it'll be something that either came and went or established.
Can I ask you something about so on your podcast yesterday, you interviewed his name...
Jerry Eisenberg.
And one of the things, this is a great podcast, by the way. He did all the creations for.
He did the Jetsons, Flintstones, Scooby-Doo.
And one of the things he said that he loved the most is working on the Flintstones because he could. The Jetsons because he could use his imagination. And basically, he invented Skype.
Yeah.
Okay? Like the whole video or FaceTime. Basically.
Yeah.
But he didn't invent Twitter.
No, he didn't.
I mean, that is the one thing that nobody saw coming.
Yeah, I did. I did. You know what? No. When I was in second grade, I used to write on the bathroom wall anonymous stuff about people in my class. That's Twitter.
That is also another point of this. That the president
it's about
is complaining.
As smelly.
The president is complaining about anonymous sources, which every president complains about, but every White House asks to be quoted on background for certain things. He talks about a fake book. I imagine that could be Bob Woodward's book that is coming out September 11th.
Yeah, you think that's why he's attacking Bernstein?
Fire and Fury, or I don't know. But also, remember, he also used to be his own anonymous source here in New York City.
No, that was great.
But I think, but I feel like this is why he's used to it. He's used to driving the narrative and asking these questions. And I don't understand why he is expected, again, I think there's a certain amount of decorum associated with the office that we'd like him to hold, but I don't understand why challenging the coverage and challenging these questions means that he should have a target on him for doing so, and regardless of the method, because I do think it's important to ask those questions and for him to say, look, why aren't you covering this, or cover this fairly, or why am I not getting the benefit of the doubt when X has happened and Y has happened?
Well, he could also, like, Twitter's a great tool for him, and one of the things he could have tweeted today was, check this out. 51% of workers in America say they are happy. That's the first time, and I can't remember how many years.
Why doesn't he do that?
Why doesn't he do that?
Because it's not him. You know what it is? Trump was radicalized by something, okay? Because he was a Democrat for a long time. He was pro-choice, liberal in many things. He was radicalized. What was he radicalized by? Us. Fox News. When Fox News happened,
started making sense.
He started watching Fox News.
And the world starts to make sense.
Sense to him, and then so all he's doing, Juan, is what we do, which is we bash the media. So he's turned the White House into kind of like an alternative Fox show where he sits there and he rips the media.
Breaks, Greg.
I thought you were trying to help him.
No, I'm actually saying it's kind of refreshing.
Kind of refreshing.
The media.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
You know Chuck Todd at NBC said?
Yep.
It's like one of those old guys going down the sidewalk mumbling to himself, except he has a million-plus Twitter followers.
He's just jealous of his hair.
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence, I'll give you the last word.
Well, I think that part of this is that the president once had a great relationship with the media as well.
Yeah.
And they turned on him. And all the way into the primary. They all wanted him to win. And now...
So they all wanted him to do interviews.
Exactly. And everyone was screaming to cover him. Everybody wanted the latest interview. And then they flipped on him. And so I think the president is also ticked off about that.